you should go to Five Below right now and pick these up. Welcome back, this is Thomas, and today we're looking at something a little different. Now, I love to build out my dioramas and the props, but sometimes it's nice to just have something that comes right off the shelf and will fit perfectly into your display. And you do have a few options. You can buy some 3D printed props, which are usually pretty costly, and I've even used some of those mini brands that come in a ball with about 4 items, but those are also pretty expensive, about $6.99 each, depending on which ones you get. Now, I'm in a bunch of Facebook groups that are about toy photography, and I got this idea from one of those groups. I saw someone was posting about some items that you can get at Five Below, and it is some of the Teeny Tiny play sets. If you're not familiar, they come with all of these play sets, usually seasonally it feels like, and they have some great value to them. For $5, you should go to Five Below right now and pick these up. This past summer, they released a barbecue set. It comes with all the stuff you need and even the propane tank. I looked up propane tanks on eBay for 3D printed parts. Just that alone is over $5, so great value there. Then they also made this sushi play set, which is really awesome. Comes with all the sushi plates, the rotating table, and some chopsticks. So pretty cool play set there. And then one of my favorites is this bed and breakfast play set. So it comes with all the things you need to make breakfast, all the tools, all the kitchen utensils, and then a lot of food items. So these are pretty cool. They've been at Five Below for a while, but there is one that caught my eye, and it is the Teeny Tinies Holiday Party playset. So this one's pretty awesome. Over 20 pieces in here, and I thought this would be great for anyone that wants to make a Christmas display. And I just got this awesome Santa Claus action figure from Fresh Monkey Fiction. I got it off Big Bad Toy Store. It came out last year, but I didn't think it would be here in time for me to open it before the holidays. So luckily this year it came pretty quickly, and I have it at least 2 weeks before Christmas. So I thought this figure and this playset would be really cool to make a Christmas display. So today we're gonna take a look at what's inside this playset. So let's check it out. So really quick, this Santa Claus action figure is pretty cool. He did come with a few accessories, but altogether he was $34.99 plus shipping. So a little expensive, but you are paying for the action figure. But some of the props that he comes with, he does come with this naughty or nice list. He comes with this gift box, which actually does open, so you can actually put some things in there. And he does come with a plate of chocolate chip cookies and milk. And this glass of milk is really cool because you can have a full glass of milk, or you can take out that white part and you can make it look like Santa has already drank his milk. So again, for $35, you are getting a figure, you get a bunch of props, but does that really beat this $5 pack of accessories? And looking at the box, it's really cool artwork on the back that shows you everything you get inside, and it lists all of the different items. So we won't read through all those items. Let's just get this thing open and check out what's inside. So first, here is our tray of items. It says over 20 items inside this pack. But first, there's some really cool artwork on the inside of this box. So if you wanted to cut this out and maybe make this its own little display or diorama, you might be able to do the same thing here. So pretty cool. All right, so it says there's over 20 items in here. So we're gonna get all of these out of the package, lay them out, and then we'll go through them one by one. So here's everything that came inside of this playset, and I just looked at the back of the box, and I ordered everything in the same order that it was there, just so it would be easier to go through all of these items. So for $5, I don't really think you can beat this. All of these items are not really the best. There are some flaws, but overall the value is there. So first up, looking at this wreath, from afar it looks pretty okay, but when you start getting really close, you know, some of the ornaments aren't painted really well. You can see they didn't even finish painting the ribbon, and you can kind of see that plastic mold line on the inside. So I think with a repaint and some touch up to all of these ornaments, this could be actually a pretty nice piece, and you really won't notice from afar. So even if you wanted to leave it like this, I think it's perfectly fine.
Then you do get one ornament ball, which I think is pretty neat. You can actually get one of those Christmas Village trees and put this on there, so nifty to have that. The next item is a snowman statue. So the display that I'm thinking of building will just be a simple fireplace with a mantle. I think this would fit perfectly there, but we're all used to these holiday knickknacks. Not a lot of paint on the back, so you can really see the cost of this. You know, one mold, it looks like they tried to paint the front and then just kind of gave up on the back side. But I think a little paint to the arms and to the back there, this will be a nice piece. And you do get a variety of food items. So this flat piece is a cookie, and it looks like the top is just a sticker that was put on there. So nothing special, but it does pass off as a cookie from near or far, so that's pretty neat. So this is figgy pudding. I only know what it is from some of the Christmas songs. Not really sure what it is myself, but to me, this will act as maybe a hot chocolate bomb. So there is some hot chocolate powder on the inside, and this is a hard covered chocolate ball on the outside. So pretty neat. It actually has some nice paint with the little berries and the leaves there. So got some holly. And then this piece is pretty cool. So I know it's a Yule log, but for me, I'm gonna just pretend like this is cake. So if you've ever seen those Little Debbie Swiss rolls, the giant size ones, this kind of reminds me of that. So if you wanted it to be a Yule log, it could be, or if you wanted it to be that Swiss roll, it can also double as that. But pretty basic paint work, but I think it does the trick. Then you do get a pile of 3 cookies, and these are chocolate chip, which I think is pretty cool. I'll just grab the ones from the Santa figure. So with the Santa figure, you can see from a $35 figure, these don't look all too different. So that's just more cookies for me to put on the plate. I can even put that sugar cookie from before. I could put that one on there. So Santa does have his pick of cookies that he can take. Next up, you do get this glass of milk, which is different from the other one. It's just solid white. Looks like this is a sticker on the outside to show how full the glass is, but it does come with a little straw that's painted red and white. So actually some pretty good detail. And then you do get this snowman cupcake. So immediately looking at it, you know what it is because the bottom has those rivets like a little cupcake paper would, so automatically you know it's a cupcake. You can tell it's a snowman. The orange paint missed the nose. You can tell that his nose was supposed to get that orange paint but never did, but other than that, it's a cupcake. And this next item might be one of my favorites. It's an actual letter to Santa Claus, so you can actually give this to any of your figures and have them sending it away to Santa to get their presents. So the back has a nice decal where it looks like the envelope's closed, and you can see on the front it says to Santa Claus. So really cool item, and I think we're definitely getting our value in this pack, so I'm already super happy with it. And the next item up is the stocking. So just a hard piece of plastic. It's not soft goods or anything. It does feel a little soft, so maybe it's a type of rubber. Has some nice snowflake pattern on there, and what I think is really cool, there's a little slot there, so you might be able to fit some things in there. I'm assuming it's for the candy cane that you get. So you can put that there, and you can have one of your figures hanging that from the chimney. So I think that's pretty neat. And you can just have that candy cane sitting around, or you can have your character take that candy cane out and eat it. And this next item, I don't think if I didn't tell you, you probably know what it is, but it is a glass of eggnog. Pretty controversial statement. Eggnog is one of my favorite things to enjoy during the holidays. So it does have that decal, like the cup of milk does, and it does come with that same red straw. But again, pretty cool prop to put in, especially since it's my favorite. It's not necessarily everybody else's favorite, but to have eggnog on the shelf, definitely a holiday staple for me. And I'm sure mostly everybody knows what this item is. It's basically that tin, that Danish cookie tin that we'd all see at our grandparents' house. Those cookies were kind of gross. They were stale. As soon as you bite into them, they'd break. But the lid comes off, and there's even a piece of tissue paper in there, which I think is pretty awesome. And instead of those gross Danish cookies, you just have pictures of all the sweets that you get in this pack, and that's how you know that they go in there, and it's a nice place for storage too. I think the tissue paper is a nice touch. Next up, we get our gingerbread man and our gingerbread woman, and again, these are just a flat piece of plastic with a sticker on it, but they do the trick. I think they look pretty cool. The stickers let you know which one's the female wearing the skirt and the male wearing the bow tie. So these are awesome, but They also come with a gingerbread house. So again, one piece of plastic. None of this is paint. This is all a decal, but it's hollow on the inside, but you really don't need it to be a complete full painted piece of plastic. I think the decals work great for the icing, for the front of the house. You're still getting that same gingerbread look. So pretty cool with the windows and the gumdrops. They put a lot of detail into the stickers, which I find pretty awesome. Then you get a snowflake cookie, which can also go in the box. So no different than that sugar cookie that we got. Piece of plastic and a decal. Then you get this cup of hot chocolate, which I think has some pretty nice detail. You have some hot chocolate dripping down the bottom, painted on the inside, but you also do have a few floating marshmallows. So I think that's really neat. Pretty cool to have on the table for any photography or display. Pretty cool piece. And the last item here is a box of peppermint bark. It's actually supposed to be a tin. You can see the silver paint to let you know that it's metal. And it's just a solid piece of plastic with stickers on it like some of the other items, but it still gives that same feeling. So nice sticker work on the side with the peppermint, and then nice labeling and a picture of peppermint bark on the front. And folks, that is the Teeny Tinies holiday party playset. So I'm already having fun with these. I'm just setting up some turtles right now. Maybe April invited them over to her apartment and they're decorating the tree, putting up the stockings and the wreath, and you have some knickknacks on the shelf. And then just putting all the sweets on the table with the gingerbread house and the cookies and the peppermint bark. I have Ralph drinking eggnog because I feel like he would, and Donatello eating a candy cane, enjoying a glass of milk. And then just adding to the story using that Santa Claus action figure. I added some of the cookies from the Teeny Tiny playset to that plate that came with the action figure, and they go really well. So again, folks, whatever figures you want to use these for, they will go perfectly with. And folks, that does it for me. So I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. Hope you are able to find these, and I'll be working on some projects, but until then, we'll catch you next time.